Hello, it's very good to be able to speak with you today. I'm just recording this prior to the stream service for the Eucharist for Sunday, the 12th of July. I just want to give you a quick update because I'm off on leave this week, which is lovely. But that does mean that St Mary's will not be open. St Thomas's will not be affected, as David will be still managing to open up for there. So if you do normally come to St Mary's during the week, unfortunately you won't be able to this week or indeed next because I'll be off for 10 days. What I want to do is I want to give you a quick update as to what the plan is with regards to the Sunday services. So as you can see, we're going to be streaming today, and I hope as many of you can join me as possible. By the time you see this, will all be past tense, so I'll speak in present tense just to be easier. But let me show you what we've done. So the church itself has changed a little bit. I tried to maximise as many chairs as possible. They are separated into groups. Some are singles, some are doubles, some triples, and we've got a quad as well. We also have the single chairs over here, which we have been using for private prayer. For those who have come, these would be quite familiar to you. As we look around the church, you'll see the rather pretty projector, and of course, the projector screen. So what we've been doing at the moment is we've been having spiritual communion at home, and we've had the lectionary. I'm just having a better picture. There you go, that's a bit better. You can see it now. I've had the screen actually on the side of the streamed video. What is going to happen is that actually when we can regather, we will have some of us who will be able to gather physically, and some of us who will have to gather remotely. As such, it's going to be necessary for us to share the liturgy. And so by having it up on the projector screen, it will mean that we can have the same liturgy as those who are at home, and everybody will be able to receive in the same way. If we look down the floor, you'll see there are some very pretty black and yellow markers. These are approximately 2 meters apart. And so when we come to receive communion, we will need to follow these markers, ensuring that we pause whilst there's on the one in front. When we get to the one at the front, we can pause, hold out our hands as we would normally for communion, and then we will receive. There will be lots of changes for the communion. It will not feel quite so normal as it has done. So some of the things we'll notice is that if you can, please wear a mask. I know there's some debate about whether we should be wearing masks or whether it's going to be beneficial to us or beneficial to other people. My view is, think about the most vulnerable person in the church. Think about the most vulnerable person who might come to church. We know who our congregation is. We know who are most vulnerable. If that person came to church, you were asymptomatic, and you infected them, how would you feel? Personally, I couldn't live with it. So stick a mask on. If I'm wrong, and actually masks have no benefit whatsoever, it's been mildly uncomfortable, but actually we kept people safe. If I'm wrong, you'd be mildly uncomfortable and that's it. If we don't wear a mask and somebody gets infected because of that, that's a far harder thing to try and recover from. And so really, if you can wear a mask, if you have the capacity to, so either face covering, so a cloth, a bandana, a face shield, whatever, please do. If you medically can't, that's okay, but if we can get as many people we can trying to, then at least we will try and keep ourselves as safe as possible. And like I said, if I'm wrong, I apologise, but actually, I'd rather err on the side of caution. Other things we've just done, obviously, there'll be no singing. We will continue to have hymns, but these hymns will be listened to only, unfortunately, so we won't be singing them, because there's the risk of when you're singing, you're projecting, you're going to potentially be spraying out drops of all the rest. We won't be singing, I'm afraid. We won't be receiving communion in both kinds, but just in the one kind. So again, this is just something to be aware of and consider. But when we come to communion, I'll remind you of this when we get there. I will say the body of Christ. I shall then elevate the host, and then everyone's going to say Amen. And I will do the same for the chalice, for the blood of Christ. And then when we receive, we will not speak. Again, this is to just reduce the chance of transmission or contraction. And as you come up, if you could just remove your mask without touching. So if it's an ear one, just unhang it from one ear. If there's a tie at the back, just untie it and let it drop down. And so it means that you won't be touching the mask, and you'll keep you safe. You'll also need to sanitize your hands before you come down. So there'll be a sanitizer at the back of the line of marks. By the time you get to the front, it should be dry. And so I'll be sanitizing my hands before I administer as well. Again, we're just going to try and keep each other as safe as possible, and hopefully this will pass relatively quickly. So please be aware. I mean, this is going to be a learning curve. Okay, so it will be a bit difficult, will be a bit tricky, but it is a learning curve, and we need to figure out. We're going to figure out together, because just as things change, they will continue to change. We have tried things, and then we improve them, and we try them again and improve them, and this is a new change again, because we need to figure out exactly what we're going to do. So those are two changes. So in terms of timing, I've met with both the PCCs, and what we have said is we are going to have next week, when I'm on leave, I will record a BCP service as we have been having normally. That will then be streamed on Facebook and on YouTube. We will also have a family service which is being run by St. Thomas's, and attached to the email with this link is the details for that. So if you would like to go, it will be an outdoor service, but they would like to know numbers just so they've got an idea of how many they're expecting. So please do let them know if you'd like to come. Because, yeah, I mean, one of the other issues I just showed you around this church here, we will be limited in numbers. Outside is slightly easier for St. Thomas. They've got the nice choir garden down the back, which means they've got a bit more space. But as we come closer to reopening, we will need to think about what sort of numbers we've got, because we are limited in what we've got space-wise. Not to say don't come. If you can, lovely. But at the same point, if we run out of space, we'll be a bit stuck. So please do let me know. Just so also, if I know I've got lots of kind of families coming, I can then set up more chairs with families. If I've got more single people coming, then we can set up for more singles. So we can adjust the seating accordingly. So in terms of dates, so next week on the 19th of July, I think it is, there will be a streamed BCP Holy Communion, and there will be a family service which will be in person down St. Thomas, and I believe that they're going to record a version to go online as well, which is lovely, so please do join for that. And then the week after, so the 26th, we will have our first actual public worship at St. Thomas's. So because it's going to be difficult to try and re-clean both the churches and to reset them for private prayer, I'm going to alternate between the two churches. So we're going to have one service at one church one week, one service at the other church the other week. So we'll have on the 26th of July, we will have a service at St. Thomas's. On the 2nd of August, so the week after, we'll be here at St. Mary's. Okay, and so we'll back and forth as we go. I will put out dates and times, all the rest of it, and then we'll just keep track of it that way. The PCC and I will be meeting once a month to discuss whether we can actually increase the number of services, whether we can go to 2, so one in each church, whether we can go back to the original 3. But again, this is something which we need to be assessing as we go. It's something which we need to be judging in terms of how busy the services are, and also when it's safe to do so. So please bear with us. Please bear with me. We'll do our best. We'll do all the best we can. We'll be upgrading some of the laptop tech, so hopefully it'll be a bit better in terms of streaming services. I know we had a couple of technical issues over the past few weeks. So again, please bear with us as you can. As we go, we're going to try our best. We're going to do the best we can to honour God. We're going to do the best we can to actually allow people to engage with the service properly. It will be a challenge. There will be times when we'll get things wrong, but we're going to do our best, and we will try our best. So I'll send out a kind of a more proper video with all the bits and pieces showing what we're doing later on. But just so the salient points are, next week and the week after, St. Mary's will be closed for private prayer. This coming next Sunday, the 19th, we'll have a streamed BCP Holy Communion, followed by a live and streamed family service from St. Thomas's. On the 26th will be our first public communion service. That'll be at St. Thomas's at 11 o'clock. On the 2nd of August, we'll have our first service here at St. Mary's at 10 o'clock. Okay, so we're going to try and keep some of the times a bit the same with what we've been streaming, but I'll send all that out in the email, so hopefully you'll have a list of those. We'll then go back and forth Sunday to Sunday, and we'll see how we get on. As like I said, we will then start reviewing it once a month, just to see how things are, see if we can increase the number of services and so on. So please bear with us. Please do pray, because some of this stuff is quite tricky. Some of it is proving quite difficult at times, and so we need your patience. We need your help to try and get this done. One of the other things which we'll need to do, is you'll need to give your name and potentially telephone number to somebody at a desk as you come in for the track and trace, because the air in here does not move. I've had the doors open saying to us, actually the air just hangs, and when you're breathing out, that air will just hang. And so, because we're going to have lots of people here, lots of different families here, we've got potential for cross-contamination. We're going to have the jotting down details for track and trace. If we know who you are, that's okay. Just give a name, or you may not even have to give a name. They'll say, hello, Joe, or whoever, and we can then just jot it down and say you're here. If we don't know you, or the person who's taking names doesn't know, they may ask you for your name and telephone number, just in case. So please be polite. And it's just another thing just in case. We'll destroy that list after 3 weeks, is what the government advises. And hopefully we'll try and keep everybody safe. So I hope you have a lovely week. I'll be back in about 10 days or so. Thursday, 23rd of July is when I'm back on. But in the meantime, we'll have morning evening prayer streamed as we have been, which is very kind of Julie and David. And we'll go from there. So God bless, look after yourselves. I will see you soon. Any problems, do email me, but like I said, I won't be getting it till the 23rd of July. I will then respond after that. But we will slowly be increasing what we're doing, and we'll do it as safely as we can, but also we're going to need to try and figure out how to do it properly. So bear with us, but hopefully we'll do our best to try and get it right. So God bless, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.